Welcome to White Forge. Most crypto investors do the same thing. They pick an asset, they hold it, and they pray it does not drop 50% before they can get out. What if there was a system that did not require any of that? No prediction, no gut feeling, just math, telling you exactly what to hold and when to move. That is what you are looking at right now, and today I am putting the numbers on the table because the comparison between this rotation system and just holding Bitcoin or BNB is genuinely hard to argue with. I build systematic crypto strategies, indicator-based, data-driven, zero emotion. What you are looking at is the RRD, the Relative Return Dashboard. It runs live inside TradingView, it scans 7 assets simultaneously, scores each one across 6 risk-adjusted metrics, and gives you one clean answer. This is the strongest asset to hold right now. And here's the key thing I want to show you today. The rotation strategy itself has its own performance line in the chart. That white line currently sitting at 131, and it has its own metrics in the table, listed under the rotation column. So this is a direct comparison. Rotation system versus Bitcoin versus BNB. Let's go through it metric by metric. Start with the most basic number, mean return, the average daily return across every single day in the period. Good days, bad days, all of it. Rotation, 0.551% per day. Bitcoin, 0.117%. BNB, 0.106%. The rotation system delivers more than 4 times the daily average return of Bitcoin, more than 5 times that of BNB. Those are not small differences. On a compounding basis over a full market cycle, they are the difference between a good year and an extraordinary one. But here is where most people make a mistake. They chase return without asking what it costs them in risk. So let's look at that. Sharpe Ratio measures how much return you earn per unit of volatility. The higher the number, the more efficient the strategy is. Above 1.0 is considered good. Above 2.0 is considered excellent. Rotation, 2.113. Bitcoin, 0.755. BNB, 0.61. Neither Bitcoin nor BNB reaches 1.0. The rotation system is above 2.0. That is not a marginal difference. That is a completely different category of efficiency. It means the rotation strategy is delivering dramatically more return without taking on proportionally more risk. That is the whole point of a systematic approach. Sortino Ratio goes one step further, and it is particularly important for crypto. Unlike Sharpe, Sortino only penalizes downside volatility. Big upside moves do not count against you. It only measures how badly the losing days hurt. Rotation, 3.579. Bitcoin, 1.14. BNB, 0.883. BNB at 0.883 is below 1.0. That means the losing periods in BNB are disproportionately painful relative to what the winning periods give back. Bitcoin at 1.14 is above 1.0, which is decent, but compare that to the rotation system at 3.581. That is more than 3 times Bitcoin's number. It means the strategy is highly efficient at capturing the upside while rotating out before the worst of the downside hits. Omega ratio gives you the most complete picture. It compares the total size and probability of all gains against all losses across the entire period. Above 1.0 means the edge is positive. Higher is always better. Rotation, 1.635. Bitcoin, 1.146. BNB, 1.118. All 3 are positive. That is good. But the gap between 1.635 and 1.118 is meaningful when you are compounding returns over time. The rotation system has a structurally stronger win-loss profile, not just occasionally, but consistently across the full period. Now the number that actually defines what it feels like to use a strategy, not the return, the drawdown. Max drawdown is the largest peak to trough loss during the period. This is the number that breaks most traders. Not because they do not understand risk intellectually, but because watching your account drop 50% in real time is something most people cannot handle emotionally. Bitcoin, 49.602%. BNB, 55.393%. The rotation system, 27.813%, less than half the drawdown of Bitcoin, and exactly half the drawdown of BNB. The system that generates more than 4 times the daily return of Bitcoin also suffers less than half the maximum loss. That is the power of rotating out when an asset weakens instead of holding through the pain. Most traders do not blow up because they pick the wrong asset at the start. They blow up because they cannot hold through a 50% drop without panic selling at the bottom. A 27.8% max drawdown is painful, but it is manageable. Nearly 50 or 55% is a different conversation entirely. Now look at the score matrix in the bottom, right of the chart. Every asset is scored against every other one across all 6 metrics. Win the comparison, you get 1 point. The score column adds it up. The current top score, with a perfect 7 out of 7, is PAXGUSD. PAX Gold, a gold-backed asset. Bitcoin scores just 1. XRP scores 0. The rotation line sitting at 131 confirms it. While Bitcoin has been sliding from near $100,000 down below $72,000, the system rotated into gold and has been sitting there. That is the system doing exactly what it is designed to do. It does not follow the narrative. It does not care what is trending. It follows the math. And right now the math says gold is the strongest risk-adjusted asset in the portfolio. Let me be straight with you about what this system is and is not. It is not perfect. It will miss moves. And it is not a replacement for understanding the broader market. What it is a tool that removes the hardest part of trading. The emotion, the second guessing, the holding on too long. It gives you a clear, ranked, data-driven answer every single day based on 6 metrics. And the numbers we just walked through show exactly what that discipline produces. Sharpe of 2.113 against Bitcoin's 0.756. Sortino of 3.581 against BNB's 0.611. Max drawdown of 27.8% against Bitcoin's 49.6 and BNB's 55.4, and more than 4 to 5 times the average daily return across both. That is not a lucky run. That is the compound effect of always holding the strongest asset and never holding a losing one for too long. That is the RRD. If this gave you value, hit the like button and subscribe. I put out consistent content on systematic crypto trading and what the data is actually telling us. See you in the next one.